Today's video is about multiband processing. With multiband processing, we split a signal into multiple frequency bands that we can then process individually. We use this technique because sometimes we don't want to affect the entire spectrum, but just a specific portion of it. For example, it's better to use delays or widening effects just on the high frequencies. We need to split this signal into different bands, and here's some ways to do it. We can use an audio effect track, create 3 chains with an EQ3 in each chain. That's low, that's mid, and that's the high chain. Then we solo the lows in the low chain, the mids in the mid chain, and the highs in the high chain. And this way we divided our original signal in 3 separate bands. And you can hear there's no audible difference. Another way to achieve the same result is by using an EQ. This time we create 2 chains, but you can do as many as you want. Then we load up the Pro Q2. We use a high cut for the low band with a nice 48 dB per octave and linear phase. Then we copy the same settings to the high band and we change the setting to low cut. We're using a linear phase EQ just to be sure to avoid any phase shifting. Again, no difference. You can also have the same result with plugins. I sometimes use this one by Bluecat, the MB7 mixer, which allows you to split your signal into bands, up to 7, and then applying external effects, like any VST you want. Let's see now how to combine the multiband processing with the sidechain technique. Here's my kick drum. And then I have this saw playing chords. If we use the classic sidechain, that's a result. It's a bit too much pumping. So here we have our 3 bands, the lows, the mids, and the highs. Then we use a compressor, starting from the lows. That's our signal, bit more ratio, we bring down the threshold and we go pretty hard. Then copy the compressor with the same settings to the mids and bring up the threshold. And again, same process, copy the compressor with the same settings to the high band and raise the threshold. This is our result. In this way we end up having a clean low end with space for both the kick and the saw, and the nice, smooth mid and highs. Here's the difference. Let's see now how to multiband process a bass sound. Here's a simple drop I made. But let's focus on the bass sound. Let's solo now each band starting from the lows. For this band I want to make sure it's mono. Then we use a compressor to make it more solid. Moving to the mids, I just want to add some extra color, so I'm using an overdrive for that. Then for the highs, we use saturation. Okay. Some widening with a simple delay. We use it to create the Haas effect. That means introducing delay between the left and the right channel. Then we use a small reverb to add room. Here's before and after. Thank you so much. See you next week.